This is the 2018 New Charger GH NuVinci e-bike from Riese Muller, which I recently bought for myself. The bike is an e-bike, which is an electric bike. So let's quickly go over what an e-bike is. The bike has a motor between the cranks and pedals which runs off a battery, but it's not a scooter, it's a pedal assist bike, which means the motor will assist you in propelling the bike forwards as long as you pedal. And under the e-bike laws, they can only assist you up to 25 km per hour. After reaching speeds of 25 km or more, the motor cuts out and you are now pedaling on your own. Once I had chosen a few electric bikes from all the possible choices in Australia, I visited Dolomiti Electric Bicycles in Melbourne, which is an e-bike exclusive store and a test ride centre for any model on the floor. After riding various bikes and going over the pros and cons with the team at Dolomiti, I chose the New Charger bike. Now that I have the bike in my possession and have had a good ride of it and understand it better, I will go over all the features of the bike. The bike is called the 2018 New Charger GH NuVinci e-bike, made by German company Riese Muller. There are three main features of this bike that make it stand out above all other e-bikes. The battery is hidden away in the frame of the bike. It has a carbon belt drive and the gear system is contained in the rear hub. All three features give this bike a sleek, clean look. Most bikes, both traditional and electric, have the old style chain and sprocket hub on the rear wheel, and anyone who has ridden a bike for years knows the pros and cons of this system. Chain slippage, grease and oil stains from the chain if you rub against it. If the chain falls off, you have grease and oil on your hands from putting it back on. Changing gears is noisy and cumbersome at times, especially if it does not go in the right gear. So overall, messy, cumbersome, ugly looking, needs constant maintenance and is not easy to use, especially with 3 gear clusters in the front and 12 in the rear. Finding that right gear going up a hill can be a pain. But the New Charger has its gears contained and sealed in the rear hub. No dirt or grease to worry about on these gears.
The NuVinci Continuously Variable Planetary CVP technology forms the foundation for the bicycle transmission from NuVinci. The special NuVinci optimized hub features rotating balls that, over its ratio range, permit an infinite number of ratios between incoming power from the pedals through the right ring and outgoing power from the left ring over the flange to the wheel. A manual or automatic controller tilts the planet on the horizontal axis, causing the gear ratio to change, and the rider lets up or applies pressure to the pedals accordingly. With the continuously and stepless variable transmission, cyclists will progress effortlessly from one gear ratio to the next, making shifting under load and pedaling a breeze.
Hub gears like this are hugely popular thanks to their low maintenance requirements and easy to use operation. Unlike a derailleur gear, changing gears does not rely on a jumping chain, but occurs within the hub in the centre of the rear wheel. Since this is a closed system, the gear is protected from moisture and dirt at all times. The other main feature was the low maintenance carbon belt drive, which looks like a fan belt from an old car. Instead of links in a chain, the belt drive has ridges which lock it into place on the drive cog and rear hub. The belt does not give off any dirt, grease or debris on your hand if you touch it, making it very clean and easy to maintain the bike. And lastly, the battery is housed inside a specially designed frame from Riese Muller and can be charged while sitting in the frame or removed to charge at another location from the bike. All three features combined make this a very special bike amongst e-bikes. Now that we have covered the three main features of the bike, let's go over all the rest of the parts, starting with the motor. Bosch make various motors for e-bikes, and the motor on the New Charger is the top of the line CX model, their most powerful motor with the most torque. The motor for the bike is placed between the cranks and pedals, making the bike slightly wider than a traditional bike. One of my own concerns was the width of the pedals and cranks to accommodate the Bosch motor, but my legs adapted to the extra width instantly. I felt no difference when riding. you really do not notice the extra width at all. The bike comes with a centrally mounted info display, which tells you speed, distance travelled, how much charge is left in the battery, the power level you have the motor set on, plus other useful information. The display also controls the front and rear lights, turning them on and off as needed. I really like the lights on this bike. The front light is very powerful at 235 lumens, which has also overload protection to preserve the LED. And the rear light is a dual LED light and reflector. One of the lesser known features of the bike are its tyres, who are made by Schwalbe. The bike comes with standard thin road tyres, but I chose to get the fat mountain bike type tyres that offer extra cushion from the bumpy rides. Both tyre types come with a touring tread on them, and they also have reinforced sidewalls, which helps with resisting pinch punches. Plus, they also have an extra 3mm green guard puncher protection layer, making these a very durable, highly puncture resistant commuting tyre. On top of all that, they have reflective white wall stripes on the side of the tyres that glow when headlights shine on them, giving the bike side-on reflectors. Another two features of the bike which give it its sleek clean look are the cables are concealed in the frame, and the chainstay, that part of the frame that usually goes through the chain, on this bike it sits above the belt drive, giving you easy access to clean or change the belt with ease. The list of features on this bike keep going. The bike also has front and back hydraulic disc brakes, which work really nice. The brake levers are easy to get your fingers on and squeeze with little effort and slow the bike just right. The seat and seat post are other nice features on this bike. The seat is gel filled, making it nice and soft to sit on, and I have been told it gets softer over time as it gets used. The seat post is called a thud buster and is the most effective and versatile suspension seat post on the market. It has a rubber shock mount built in, and if you hit an unforeseen bump or pothole, aka a thud, the thud buster will absorb some of that shock, so will the gel seat. The bike also comes standard with adjustable front shocks, which combined with the thud buster seat post and gel seat make for a fairly smooth ride. One of the features on this bike which I myself was not expecting was the Abus Bordeaux folding lock, which comes with its own integrated carrier mount and comes as standard. The lock uses the same key you use to unlock and remove the battery, so only one key is needed for the bike. They are the main features of the bike, but there are still a few lesser features worth mentioning, such as the water bottle that sits up near the handlebar headstem for easy access. It also has very durable metal mudguards front and back, a very solid pack rack and a very solid kickstand. Riese Muller are a German company, and like many German companies, and I'm thinking like Mercedes-Benz and BMW here, their products are very well engineered, but like Mercedes and BMW, this bike is also pricey. A good e-bike will cost you about $3,500. Oh sure, you can get much cheaper e-bikes, and you can also get much more expensive e-bikes than this new Charger, but you can expect to pay about 6,500 Australian dollars for this bike. That puts it at almost twice the price of an average e-bike, but you will not find a cheaper bike with the features this bike has. Everything on this bike has a heavy-duty, high-quality, over-engineered feel to it that's built to last, making this an ideal bike for work commuters or long-distance touring. Good e-bikes are expensive. Crappy e-bikes are also expensive, but they're expensive in the terms of throwing good money down the drain with poor performance, the need for repairs, and reduced lifespan. The Reise Muller New Charger is expensive up front, but doesn't cost you much after that. For those who are interested in researching the bike further, I've put a list of all the main parts in the Show More section below this video, along with website links to help you out. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.